All right, friends, welcome to 10.4, area and sector area of circles. So answer both in terms of pi and rounded to the nearest tenth. We watch a pretty cool video in class on like why area formula came from. It's just kind of nifty, but it is unnecessary as long as you know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. Circumference, just, throwback from last week. Circumference is 2 pi r. So just move that little guy up to a squared, right? Which makes sense. So circumference would be just like the length. It'd be inches. It'd be centimeters. It'd be meters. But area is always going to be squared. It's square, like how many squares can you fit in a figure is how you find an area. So it makes sense that you need a squared because it's going to be centimeters squared and meters squared and, feet squared. So logical, right? That is a good way to memorize that. All right, so let's try this in terms of pi and rounded. So we're going to go pi 16 squared. So in terms of pi, pretty straight up, 16 squared is 256 pi. And then 256 times pi in terms nearest tenth is 804.2. And what are we talking? Inches squared. Inches squared. All right, here, they gave me the whole diameter. I just need the radius. Radius is 11. You can't choose like you did on circumference. So let's see, pi 11 squared. So that's 121 pi. And what are we talking? Meters squared. And 121 times pi is 380.1 meters squared. Cool. In terms of pi and rounded, this is going to be a little bit messier because this radius is only going to be, what's 35 divided by 2? 17.5. So we're going to have to go pi times 17.5 squared. So 17.5 raised to the second. So this is going to be a little messy, 306.25 pi. Most of the time you're not going to have a decimal with the pi, but I want you to see it. So now let's go times pi, gives me, 962.1 kilometers squared. Hey y'all, I haven't said this and I need to make sure that you're always using the pi button. Don't use 3.14 unless you are specifically told to do so. All right, last one of these, 15.6 squared times pi is going to be 243.36 pi. So times pi is 764.5 centimeters squared. All right, now what if I ask you to work backwards? All right, so we've got the radius. So we know the area is equal to pi r squared. A lot of us are just going to see this and know it, but I'm going to walk us through it so we got it. Divide by pi, boop, r squared equals 36, so the square root of 36 is 6. So we know this one is just going to be 7, divide by pi, and then the square root of 49 is 7, easy enough. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder, all right? So pi r squared equals 25.68. So we need to divide both sides by pi. So 25.68, typed that in wrong, divided by, I'm using the pi button. I'm not using anything else. So r squared equals 8.174 ... To get this the most specific that you can, you're going to need to know how to pull this into your calculator. Let me show you. Where's my camera? I need the square root of this number. All right. So I'm going to go second square root. And then y'all see that A and S down here? Second A and S. So that says the square root of the previous answer. This is getting fuzzy. I need you to, there it goes. So 2.859, which is 2.9 to the nearest tenth. So I just need us to be as specific as we can. It will make your life easier down the road. What did I say? 2.9 kilometers, centimeters, and inches. right, hopefully that was review. Hopefully you knew how to do area of a circle. So now we get into the 9th grade level stuff. Sector area. Lucky for you, it is very similar to what we did last week. Okay, so it's part of the area, right? So we are yet again going to set up cross multiplication here. So you take your degrees up in here and you have your degrees over your total, which is 360, equals the sector area over pi r squared. So we're going to have to do some calculator magic. Let's see what happens here. So let's see, 75 over 360 equals my sector area over pi 9 squared. I want to leave this in terms of pi. So I'm going to go 75 times 81 divided by 360. $75 times 9 squared divided by 360. Ooh, that's a mess. So we got to change this into a fraction. Second, FD. Second, improper fraction. 135 over 8. And don't forget, you got to put your pi back up in there. 135 pi over 8. And this is area, so it's going to be inches squared. All right, so rounded is a little easier, but I have to do it with pi, right? So 135 pi over 8. Or if you want to just do it like this, you can. So let's start all the way from the top. So 75 times pi 9 squared divided by 360. 75 times pi 9 squared divided by 360 is 53.0. I'm pretty sure your test on this is multiple choice. I think your quiz is not though. So I need you to know how to do this both ways. All right, let's see. We got the radius is 9 and it's only looking for this part. All right, so let's do some math here. I know that this is a semicircle, so this whole thing is 180. So 180 minus 135 is 45. This guy's 45 degrees. So I'm only looking for the 45 degree part. So 45 over 360 equals the sector area over pi r squared, and r is 9. And then I'm just going to set this one up because you heard the bell ring and I've got to go. So this one is going to be 270. So 270 over 360 is the section area over pi 4 squared. And hopefully those come out neat and nice so that you can get nice neat answers. If not, check back for the key.